Hi there guys, AOR Big Z here, and today we are at round 5. We are in Spain, Barcelona, at the Catalunya circuit, and we're about to start our qualifying lap here. We got a little bit of roast here, but we're going to have a decent exit onto the start-finish straight. GRS wide open now, and we are going to go down into the first corner. Hopefully it's set a decent lap here. This is the first lap going on my session. It is unfortunately my best lap, so I messed up the other ones, but we've gone a little bit wide in turn 1, which has compromised our line into 2 and 3, but we're going to try and make the best of it we can. We're going to chuck it into turn 4 now. Gone a little bit wide there as well, not hitting the apex. Not been a perfect lap up to now, but we're going to keep it going as fast as we can. Turn 5 now. What a horrible corner, but could have been better, could have been worse. We're going to chuck it up now. It's turn 6. What a beautiful corner this is when you get it right. Look at that. Lovely. It could have been better, but what a nice corner that is. Into turn 7. Lovely. Again, just about keeping it on the track, but this has been a very clean lap so far. No extends, no cuts, so there won't be a investigation, shall we say, as there was with my last lap in Russia. I do have to apologise as well for the I said it was round 3 in Russia when it was actually round 4. So yeah, we're coming into the final corner now. We've had a monster final sector, and we're going to come over the line now to set a 1:20.9, which is our fastest lap of the session. We were 4 tenths up on one of our laps later on in the session, but we did bottle the final sector unfortunately. So we will start 6th on the grid. But no, we won't, because Carmundo has a 5 place grid penalty, so we'll start 5th on the grid, as does our teammate as well, down in 11th place. And now we've got 5 lights ahead of the drivers for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. We've got a fairly decent start. We're already alongside Taylor. He's come across to try and cover us, but we've already got through. Now we're going to try and see what we can do to turn 1. Well, we've seen a couple of incidents at the first corner here, so we're going to be very cautious. Taylor takes the position back. We're just going to have a nice cautious first lap, stay out of trouble, and see if we can pick off anyone in front of us. And a little bit of a wobble there, but we're going to be cautious again into this corner, which will ask Carmundo up the inside, maybe a bit too cautious into there. We're going to see if we can get Carmundo back into this next corner though. Into turn 5, can we dive it up the inside? We can. We're just about going to avoid Taylor, that was close. Carmundo's done the switchback, can he make it stick? I don't think he can. So we're going to stay in 5th place, nice move there. And we're going to see if we can pick off any of these drivers up in front of us. We're just going to wait patiently now behind, see if anyone makes a mistake that we can exploit. But Carmundo's still behind us, so we can't stop advancing, shall we say, as everyone breaks hard into that corner. We've hit Taylor slightly, and then we've got a tap from behind as well, but looks like we've just managed to keep it together. I don't know who that was. I'd imagine it was Carmundo that gave us a little tap, but we managed to keep it on the track. Taylor braking a little bit earlier there, probably to avoid the cars in front of him, but with there's no dramas, not too bad. We're not lost any of our front wings, so we're happy. And we're going to see if we can keep this position now. We are on a 2-stop strategy at the moment. There are cars around us doing a 1-stop, which might be better, might not. We're going to find out by the end of this race, as turn 1 approaches, and Carmundo is right behind us now. And Carmundo was, of course, the guy that got pole, so he's not going to be past Maldonado, shall we say. He's not going to be slow and crash everywhere. So into turn 4 now. Carmundo is still right behind us. We are trying to stay with Taylor. Oh, Taylor's made a little bit of a mistake there. He got onto the grass. So he made a mistake as well. Locked up the rears, just about caught the rear end. But yeah, we don't want to be doing that. And we seem to be playing around with the bottom right options as well. We're having a bit of a play around with it, and I think we make a mistake here. We do, just messing around with the controls, we make a bit of a mistake, and that puts Carmundo right onto us. I think I changed the differential to 65% by mistake, and then as I was changing it back, we made that little mistake, and Carmundo's going to try and hold it around the outside here. We're going to leave him room, but we've had a little tap there. We're going to go across this corner here, and Carmundo has been spun a little bit there, but it's not really a place you want to be overtaking anyone. As you'll see later on in my videos, there are 2 instances where I could overtake people into that corner, but I actually back out of it because that is not an overtaking spot. You're always going to get oversteer at that point. And as we cut on to the end of lap 5, we are going to come into the pits because our soft tyres are not feeling too good at the moment. They could have gone a bit further, but we're going to go for the undercut. And my Mercedes crew is waiting for us here. And we're going to get a good stop. Doesn't look like it, boys. What are you doing? 2.7 seconds. It's terrible, but could have been worse, I suppose. But some teams are doing sub 2 seconds, so we need to improve that on that one, boys. But out of the pit lane we come now. We've got Hayatsa behind us and Nilis Lukins ahead of us. So we'll see how we go from here. Hopefully we can go on the mediums again at the end of this stint to the end of the race. But we'll see how tyre wear is like on these mediums. It wasn't amazing on the softs, but the mediums are meant to be a lot better as we cut until lap 7 now. We're right up behind the moderator for this league, AOR the Genius, and are we going to chuck one up the inside? We thought about it, but we thought better of it, and Genius just leaves the door open there for us. And I think in the chat he actually said he has a damaged front wing, so I think he just left the door open for us there to go through, so thank you for that, Genius. And we're going to advance now and see if we can take Nilis Lukins in the next couple of laps. But yeah, that was quite kind of Genius there. He didn't have to do that, not teammates, but yeah, I think he saw that that was a battle that he was always going to lose at some point, so might as well lose it now than later and lose more time. As Hayatsa's going for a move now on Genius. Is he going to make it sick? It looks like he is. So we are going to try and hold it as we get a lot of oversteer there. We're not used to these medium tyres yet. It's only our second lap on them, so we're going to have to be careful for a few laps until we get into the groove. And we are closing in on Nilis Lukins here. We've hit the inside curb there, which is a horrible little curb that you can hit sometimes, but it does force the drivers to not cut the corner, I suppose. So it is a good thing, but it is horrible when you hit that curb. It is a little nemesis. But we've got a car coming out the pits then down there. I think, is that a Mane? It is Taylor the Vol. So we've not managed to jump in. We were right up behind him at one point as well, so it's a shame that we've not been managed to jump in. But we've had a nice little run here on Nilis Lukins. Can we see if we can shot one up the inside? We're going to go for it. Let's throw it up the inside, see what happens, and hold the inside line. Not too bad at the moment. He's held it around the outside rather nicely, but we're going to take it around the inside, around the outside, sorry, at this next corner. So that is move done, and can we get after Taylor now? He's just come out the pits on the hard compound tyre. He's made another mistake. Seems to be struggling with his rear end a bit there, Taylor. So let's see if we can take him up the inside here. We've got a nice little run. We chuck it up into Rich. We're going to throw one up the inside. Why not? And we're going to try and stick it up the inside, but we've had to break it a little bit more. And as you can see there, like I was saying earlier on, we've had to back out of the move. No way past into that corner. Hayas is now coming at us. Is he going to try and chuck one up the inside here? Looks like he is. We're going to leave him space on the inside. We don't want to do an Iceman and just turn it on him. We're not like that. So we've managed to keep the position just, and Hayatsa is right up behind us now, going on to the start finish straight. Look at that. We are not going to keep this position. We thought about going defensive. Hayatsa's already pulled out, so we cannot go defensive. He is going to throw it up the inside, but we break a little bit later than him, and oh, it's a bit of contact there as well, so that is right on the limit. He's pushing the boundaries of the limit, but I think that was just about alright. We've left him just enough room on the inside. There was a bit of contact, but luckily we're not damaged in each other's cars or spun or anything like that. But yeah, that was right on the limit. So it could have been better, could have been worse, I suppose, but we're going to keep trugging on now. We've managed to hold the position from my outside. We're going to see if we can get after Taylor. He's on the hard compound tyres, he's on the slower compound, so we should be able to get after him here. But at the moment we are not enjoying our medium compound tyres. They are rather bad at the moment. I'm not enjoying them at all, and the tyre wear isn't amazing either, as we've gone a little bit wide into that corner there as well. So as you can see, we are not enjoying these tyres at all. But we're on lap 9. We've got a fair distance to go yet, not at half the distance. As the Arts is doing another move up the inside. He loves that corner. We're going to hold it round the outside, leave him room, don't want to do a nice man, and we just keep the position. But he is going to have a nice run in us now onto the start finish straight. Is he going to do the same as the last lap? Are we going to have an incident, or are we going to have a clean overtake? But here comes Hayatsa. He's gone to the inside again, Is he going to try and brake a little bit later to try and hold it up the inside? I think he will do, and there we go. We're side by side going into turn 1. He has given us a bit of a lob tap. That's pretty fair. He is ahead. He's not forced us off the track, he's just given us a little lob tap saying, boom, I'm coming through, boy. Get out of my way, I've got things to do. And as you can see, he's already gone past Coldhead, and he's just about taking Taylor as well. Nice little move there from Hayasa, beautiful move, and now we're going to try and hold it around the outside, but Coldhead's braking a little bit earlier, and that's compromised our line, and Carmundo's now coming at us. Carmundo is around the outside, can he hold it? We're braking a little bit later, and Coldhead seems to have hit the back of Taylor there, so we're at the inside of Coldhead, and we don't like this corner at all, so we're going to back out of the move, and Carmundo's going to go for it up the inside. We're just about going to hold it from Carmundo. He's up the inside. Can we try and leave him some space? We are going to leave him space. We're not going to do an Iceman, and we are going to now keep the position from Carmundo. But we're going to try and keep the position from Carmundo. But he is a rather quick driver around here, so don't know how long we can hold him off. We've got DRS now, but looks like we're going to be safe for the time being. Yeah, it's turn 1, we're completely fine, so yeah, we have held on to 10th place at the moment. People ahead probably still have their pit stops to make, so we're cut on to lap 12 now, and I believe Taylor makes a bit of a mistake here. I think we have an incident behind us here as well, as Taylor comes back onto the track. He takes Carmundo out. I'm not sure if Carmundo got damage or anything like that, but we did get a rather poor view of it, but it looks like Taylor came back onto the track. Whether he had control of his car or not, I don't know. But he came back onto the track and just looks like he wiped out Carmundo. But I don't know. He would have to see if Carmundo wants to take him to the stewards for that. But I do have footage of it if you need it, mate. So yeah, I don't know. Taylor might not have had control of his car. I'm not sure, but it was a rather dangerous place to rejoin the track, especially coming across the track like that. But surprised me now as caught us up. And he just breezes past us. Bloody hell, that was a bit easy. No wing on that for sure. As we just come out of the pits, there's our teammate AOR Raikkonen, also known as Finch to everybody else. He is rather quick, and he's just come out the pits. But Finch has taken a rather large points lead on myself at the moment. We've not had some good tracks. He's had some decent results. I think he's had 2 wins now, looking for a 3rd, so we can't afford him to get any more points on us, so we're gonna see if we can hold him up a little bit here. Probably not going to be able to. He's on the hard copper side. They're a lot fresher than ours. Look at ours, they're now 60%. Like, we're only 10 laps on him. That's rather poor for a tyre wear there, but I'm going to try and keep the position from Finch. Finch thinking about chucking one up the inside there. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. So we are going to try and hold up our teammate as much as possible here, but I think it's just going to be a matter of when and not if. It looks like he is all over us at the moment. 62% now the tyre wear. That's just gone up 3% in half a lap. That is rather terrible. So clearly this setup that I actually got from Finch as well is not best suited for the tyre wear. But Finch is going to chuck one up the inside here. Clearly his tyre wear is a lot better than mine for some reason, but he's chucked one up the inside, taking the position, and we can't do anything about it, unfortunately. We're on this, well, we're not on the slower tyre, but we're on a rather worn tyre, so Finch is going to streak clear now. We're on lap 16 of the Spanish Grand Prix, and we are down in 6th place and still have to make another stop. Got Finch ahead of us, Midget behind us, who have both made their 1 stops. They are not going to be making another stop. So as we cut now onto lap 23, we have pitted for the hard compound tyres as the mediums were just not doing it for us. They weren't lasting long enough, and we've caught up to Adam here. Urban's Octane, also known as Adam to everybody else. We're going to try and do what we did to Nilis Lukins earlier on. Are we going to chuck one up the inside as we did to him? I think we are. Let's throw it up the inside and see what happens. And we've done it. Nice easy move there. I think Adam saw that we were going to pass him eventually, so might as well lose as little time as possible. There's a lot of dust on the outside there. I don't know if someone's just gone off. I think Golden might have just gone off there a little bit. But we're going to cut now onto lap 31. We're approaching the end of the race. We do have a little bit of a problem. And that's our teammate on the inside there. That was our teammate Finch. I think he's had to retire from the race. Not quite sure what happened there, but it looks like he's had to retire from the race. As we throw it up the inside, can we come dancing around the outside now of Smithy? And we do get, at this moment in time, we have got quite laggy as Finch is leaving the session, as he's crashed out. But you can see Smithy is lagging a bit there. We're going to try and hold it up the inside. Smithy's left his room, and we're just going to let him go so we can take him up the inside into turn 1. And Smithy there, oh, look at him, he's parking on the apex, how cheeky that is. But we're going to try and hold it. He's gone defensive, and we're going to go down the outside. And Gymnast looking like he wants a bit of Smithy's meat as well. So is Smithy going to get taken by 2 drivers here? Gymnast is going for it as well. We've taken Smithy. We've taken the position. Is Gymnast taking it as well? Doesn't look like it. Callum has kept the position. But yeah, great driving there from all 3 of us. Not really much more that we can do. Good move there from me as we cut onto the final lap. We're in 7th position. Unfortunately, we do have a couple of penalties that haven't been shown here, just for a bit of corner cutting, getting a bit complacent towards the end of the race. So we do actually end up finishing in 9th place behind Callum and I believe Stubborn Gymnast. Yep, there we go. So Surprisingly wins the race from 20th position, so congratulations on that, mate, well done. We've got Gordon 2nd, Varzak 3rd, Midget 4th, Hayatsa 5th, Coldhead 6th, Callum 7th, Gymnast 8th, myself 9th, and Taylor rounding off the top 10 with Adam and Dast in 11th and 12th respectively. And that was a race that could have been better. I was getting a bit complacent towards the end of the race, getting a bit tired, so we ended up getting a few corner cutting penalties, unfortunately. We try our best not to do that, but we can't really do much against it. We're just going to get the race directing here for our moderator genius. So we've got all of the penalties in there. Unfortunately, we did get a few towards the end of the race, as you can see. But yeah, decent race. Could have been better, could have been worse.